First, tell me what you do in terms of your career and how you think those skills will carry over to help you serve as a council member.
Well, I'm an operations manager, which is kind of sometimes a mysterious term, but it means that I do a lot of process-oriented things that most other people don't have the chance to do. I do control the books for Killeen Power Sports. I'm the chief accountant. I handle a lot of the marketing strategy as well. When you're dealing in a retail environment, there's a lot of set gigs that everyone knows that they need to do in the morning, and so I kind of consider myself as kind of filling in the soft spaces where things need to happen, but there's not really an opportunity for most folks to do that. I would say that given the multitasking nature of that you kind of have to think about a lot of different things, and sometimes you have to think about a lot of different things really fast and really furious. I think that that's something that's helped me on the council tremendously, actually, is the wide variety of tasks and missions and work that we have before us. It can go from how do we talk about public safety in this workshop to a week later talking about how we're going to do a solid waste master plan. So it's a crash course, and it was they don't teach you how to run a motorcycle dealership in college. So I think that I have I think that I do my best at learning on the job.
Why are you seeking re-election to the council?
Well, I am seeking re-election to the council because we have a great mission and a great load of work to do, and I've had such a good time, and I want to keep doing it. Like I said 2 years ago, I think that Killeen is a fantastic town with a lot of unlocked potential, and it's something that was even surprising to me. I was from here, but I'd spent a good portion of my adult life away, and I came back about 5 years ago, and I was just struck by how different and maybe how not different that it was. It was always a great town, but growing up you don't always see that potential, and when I think about the kinds of growth that we've had a lot of growth in a lot of different ways, but the ones that excite me are the ways that we are working with our chief economic engine, Fort Hood, to not so much diversify away from that, but to kind of diversify our mission a little bit. We get to ask the kinds of questions that say, what does it mean to be a military town, and how do we be a military town in the 21st century? And so that's kind of a tough nut to crack, but I think I like being a part of the leadership and being part of that dialogue.
What do you think qualifies you for a seat on the council and sets you apart from your opponents?
Really, what I think qualifies me to sit on the council is a dedication to do the job. It's a tough job. It does have, there's a lot of perks that come with it. That you get to do a lot of fun things and meet a lot of fun people. But I really do think of it as a job. It's not one that we get paid a whole lot to do. But I feel like that Killeen economically, culturally, is getting ready to turn a corner and go into a new phase of growth that will really be an exciting thing. And I feel like that's something that I particularly want to be a part of. And so I think what qualifies me is that desire to serve.
What is the biggest challenge you see the city facing, and how do you plan to address it?
Well, I already spoke about a couple things in terms of economic diversity. I think one of the biggest challenges that we have is planning. We are no longer a small town. We're a town of almost 140,000 people. I think that current staff and current councils for about the last couple of years have been really good about seeing the need to adopt a planning process, not just for, say, our comprehensive land use plan, but for things like solid waste and transportation planning. I think that it's some of the growing pains. You become a big town and you turn around overnight, and there's a lot more needs. There's a lot of infrastructure to upkeep. There's a lot of oversight that needs to be done. And what I'm kind of excited about is the fact that planning is part of the culture now, and that we see the value of that, because continuity is everything. We're only here for a limited period of time. Hopefully I get to serve another term, but even if I don't, I know that there will be infrastructure in place in terms of the organization and in terms of community vision that will help provide that continuity.